Let's just hop right into what we need to be doing. And that is getting to Dark Bramble. We've got some anglerfish to try and sneak past here, so let's lock on to Dark Bramble here. I need to go to... Let's see, is there a good way to lock onto it from here? No, I guess we just have to do it from the from this map menu here. We'll just do that, and then zoom up and out. All right. Now I just gotta make sure I'm not gonna hit the sun before I activate the autopilot here. Okay. Now we can autopilot. Alright. So we've got some anglerfish to get past, and that'll be fun. It's always a great time with the anglerfish. Definitely not a harrowing and terrifying experience at all. Definitely not something I would consider life-threatening. Not at all. Not at all. Alright, we are here. Let's head on in. I'm gonna unlock from this. Okay, we know where we need to go. So now it's just gonna be a matter of getting there and not getting devoured in the process. So we know we need to go to the red light. We know this much. Here's the thing. Why? Why are you right here? That is incredibly rude. You're gonna eat me, and I'm gonna be sad. Where are we even going at this point? I don't even understand where we're going. Yeah. Why was the anglerfish there this time? What a naughty boy. You know, normally I don't go straight to the red light, I guess. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if the anglerfish locations were somewhat randomized. Yep, fun times in Dark Bramble. Also, hello, welcome on in, Ainra. You have not missed a single thing. I can tell you that much right now. That was my first time this stream going back to Dark Bramble, so yeah. Nothing missed so far. Just heading straight toward the red light, and there was an anglerfish incredibly close to being directly between us and the red light, so you know, just the usual. Sour luck to start off, but oh well. I'm sick so I can watch earlier. No. Hopefully your illness isn't too bad, but glad I can provide a place for you to hang out and just chill while you're recovering and all that. So before we go any further, I need to get better at practicing this. When people come in, I need to remember to do that. Practice. Practice makes perfect. I want to get in a better habit of doing that more immediately. And not having to be like, oh, yeah, let me catch up on all the shout-out commands real quick. Okay. Alright. So that light is incredibly close to the red light that we need to be going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a little, just slightly cheeky. Slightly cheeky. I'm just gonna go over here. Away from the lights. And then I'm gonna head toward the red light. Then we should be in good shape. Or at least we should be in better shape. I hear you breathing over there. Okay. So this is a bit of a Hail Mary here. I haven't tried our theory of that was hinted at last time, which was we need to do any thrust that we do with the ship, we have to do it before we get into the red. As soon as we go into this red here, no more thrust, because that makes noise and the anglerfish are drawn to the noise. So we're gonna try this with the ship first. We're gonna just gun it in here, full thrust, up until we actually enter the little pod area. Once we get in there, no more thrust. We're just gonna see what happens, because I haven't tried this. We're gonna give this our best shot. Alright, here's hoping. Please don't eat me. No thrust. No thrust. I'm not doing a thing. Here's the problem. Any adjustment we make to change our direction also makes noise because they're adjustment thrusters. So I'm just gonna let this carry me for as long as I possibly can. Make as few adjustments as possible. This looks funky. What 90s edutainment biology game did I just get into? This looks like straight up 90s CGI era molecules. Like, what is happening here? Dude, are these salmon eggs? These look like salmon eggs. Oh, these look like eggs, period. All right, I made a little adjustment. Not touching anything else. Okay. This presents a problem. I understand why we need to go to the Nomai graveyard now. And I understand why there's a bunch of anglerfish here now. Alright, I'm gonna try to go for this white pod area. Making as few adjustments as possible. Okay, we know how to get in here now. Now, the problem is I need to back out. This should take me out of Dark Bramble entirely. Okay, good, good. Okay. Now, I need to go do something at the ship log real quick. I need to go here. I need to go to... Where is it? Where is... Let me see if I can find it again. I can't remember exactly where it is. Over here somewhere? Here, the Nomai Grave. We need to go there. So I need to make this our location that we're aiming for. Okay. We're getting dragged back in because of the gravity, so I need to go to the Nomai Grave. So now I know why we need to go here first. because I know how to get into the red, but I need to know where to go once I get in the red zone. I also know how to navigate this area more safely. I just need to use the thruster and then stop making adjustments for a little bit. Too many adjustments equals bad times. Okay, we're learning though, and I can get through there. I can get through there if I just gun it with the thrusters up until we enter the area. I just have to put all of my hope and belief into whatever happens, and just basically pray that they don't decide to nibble at the air in front of them for some reason. Because that's all that stands between us and being fish food. It's just them deciding to move forward a little bit and just nibble our giblets. Okay. So now we know why we need to go here first. We understand the reasoning. Now I just have to shoot this in there. Okay, we've got our signal. Now where is a good way to get there? I don't see any lights. I don't see any lights directly between us and the red. So I think we can go to the red. Alright. Just line myself up here. Because we're going to have to gun it again, and hopefully they haven't repositioned in such a way that I'll run into any of them. Here's hoping. Whatever happens, happens. Please don't eat me. That would make me really sad if you ate me. Oh boy, I hate it in here. Absolutely despise it. So this part is easier on controller, I heard. I wonder why that would be. Because I know they specifically recommend that this game be played on controller. You can manage your thrusters. Yeah, I figure just your flight controls are more intuitive. All right, I have to readjust over here. I need to go this way. Oh yeah, it's full power only on PC, that too. Right. It's the same thing where it's like, you can't really walk when you play on mouse and keyboard. You can only like run. Some games where it's like you have the range of motion of an analog stick. Okay, I need to readjust and move this way. I'm not touching anything because he's tracking me. Okay, we're here now. We made it out of the egg zone. I think over a certain level I don't hear thrusters. Oh yeah, absolutely, that would make sense. And that would explain why it would be easier with a controller. It's too bad that my controller that I have right now is it's old. Like at least a decade old at this point, I think. And the analog stick is starting to drift on it a little bit. It doesn't settle to neutral properly. Now let's see if you have enough time. Oh, I've got some time, and even still, even if we don't have enough time at this particular trip, it's loud. Boy. Is it just the vessel making this noise, or is this the musical sting like, oh, you found the ship, oh my goodness? But hey, let's just take a second to be like, yeah, cool, we found the vessel. This is the ship that the Nomai arrived here with. And they never made it back out. Tragic. Dang, this thing is, kind of wonder what this thing looks like without the, you know, the whole Dark Bramble thing completely just wrecking it. Huh. Well, in any case, I suppose we can just, leave the ship right here and just start exploring. We don't have a ton of time to just be randomly wandering about, so that's fancy looking. All right. Oh. Clipping the camera through. Okay. Flashlight on just for the heck of it. All right, let's start exploring. Ship log updated. Okay. What are we looking at here? Oh, control ball. Okay. I don't know what that control ball does, so methinks I shouldn't touch it without knowing what it does first. Probably would be the wise choice. I'm not gonna just touch random controls and be like, oh, what does this button do? Okay. We got some writing. This is Eskel's vessel. Something went badly wrong during our warp and our vessel is mortally wounded. We need help as quickly as possible. Our vessel appears to have... Has it fused with the local environment somehow? There are vines that are now part of the vessel. It's been torn apart from inside itself. We are abandoning our vessel. Any Nomai clans or spaceflight capable species receiving this message, I implore you, we need your help. Is this broken? Can anyone hear me? Our vessel is dying. We need immediate assistance. Ugh. Yeah, can't imagine that really would have gotten it. See, here's the thing too. Because of what I know, oh man. Because of what we know from the Echoes of the Eye, oh man. Everything about this was doomed from the start. Because, from my understanding, the Dark Bramble was specifically made by the beings from the Echoes of the Eye DLC, specifically to block the signal of the Eye of the Universe. So the vessel is not going to get a signal out no matter what they try to do. Man, they're lucky they even got 2 of the 3 escape pods to jettison out of here safely. But let's see. That's just like my understanding of it. Of course, I could be totally wrong because I haven't looked up anything to like confirm or deny any information. I don't want to do that until I've beaten the game and seen what the developers have specifically intended to be made, you know, concrete knowledge through whatever happens in the end game and the credits and all that sort of stuff. So I reserve final theories and judgment until I've beaten the game, but for now, that's my running theory. To any Nomai clans whose vessels can hear this message, it's clear the universe is dying. There are fewer and fewer resources and safe places within space now, so my clan and I believe the best option is for all of our clans to stay together. If you can reach the Gloaming Galaxy, we've found that Blackrock's suns are fairly stable, and life in this star system is comparatively thriving. We live in relative safety. If you prefer to continue exploring alone, know you will be on your own. Kana, we're making our way to you. It's good to hear from you, Bromi. We'll watch from your vessel. We'll watch for your vessel. Has anyone heard from Neem? His clan was on its way to our vessel, but they never arrived, and he hasn't sent any messages. I'm beginning to worry. That is unsettling. It reminds me of that old myth my grandfather used to tell, the disappearance of Eskal. I remember hearing that story as a child. One day, Eskal's vessel simply stopped responding. The other clans searched and searched, but found no trace. It was as if their missing friends had warped out of existence. Interesting choice of words. That's no myth, friends. Eskal's clan existed, and their story was real. What a curious event to have passed into myth. Our ancestors were told that story when they were young. Are you sure it's true, Hyssop? It was a very long time ago, but yes, my clan's ancestors searched for Eskal's clan for a long time, but in the end, none of them were ever seen again. It's the only time in our history a vessel has ever disappeared this way. Hyssop, I hope you aren't comparing Eskal's story to my clan's vessel. Neem, my friend, we feared you were gone. Not yet we aren't, but nearly. We found trouble during our warp. The triple suns of the Bright Spark star system exploded, and it was only a lucky coincidence we weren't caught in the blast. We'll meet you soon, Kana. I'm relieved your clan is safe, Neem. It's good to hear your words. Any vessels nearby, remember to be extremely cautious of potentially unstable stars, which is most of them now. Interesting. Okay. Well, that does say a lot. So, it's not just our star system's sun that's dying, it's a lot of them. So this is, like, at least, like, this is not even just galaxy-wide, this is happening to many different galaxies across the universe. Interesting. Okay. Well, since I don't see any other open doors here, I guess we should find out what these buttons do. Now this looks like some sort of projector or something, perhaps. Let's see, what do this do? No clear discernible source, but I do see this. A warp core that's been broken. Interesting. Oh yeah, you're right. There is a level below. Yeah, I should take a look at that before I press more buttons. Whoa. Well, isn't that just fine and dandy? Well, we've got a log to read here, so let's take a look at this. I'm recording now. I've never encountered anything like this. The signal the vessel is receiving appears to be older than the universe itself. This is our first contact with anything of this nature. Everyone, prepare to warp immediately. Okay, so this log is pre-warp. Eskal, wait. I need more time to send an outgoing message. Shouldn't we tell another clan where we're going? We can send the message upon our arrival. This extraordinary signal appeared suddenly. It may disappear just as quickly. We can't lose a discovery this incredible. Focus on preparing for the warp instead. Famous last words, I suppose. I understand. Anona, is the vessel ready to warp to the signal's approximate coordinates? The warp core is powered. but this will be a significant jump. Afterward, we'll need time to recharge the core. That shouldn't create a problem, provided we arrive at or near the signal source. Everyone, we're ready to warp. And then they all died, the end. So, yeah. Fun times. Boy, some things just transcend species, huh? It's just like, shouldn't we tell Mom where we're going? We'll be fine. How often is you get to like, she won't even know we're gone. We'll be back before she even knows. Yeah, that never ends well. All right. What does this button do? Whoa. Okay. What is... Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold on, wait, I need to go back to the ship. I need to refuel, and I need to look at a picture. Hold on. Hold on, okay, refuel. I need to also read up on what we found. Yeah, I know there's more to explore here. I know. Tried to call for help, but the outgoing message system broke during the crash. Okay. Regrouping. Yeah, in and out, 20-minute adventure. Yeah, that we know better now. We do have the benefit of hindsight, but yeesh. I guess they didn't have a know my equivalent of Murphy's Law or jinxing or anything, because boy howdy, maybe they wouldn't have jinxed themselves if that were the case. But yeah. Where is the thing? Here. Okay, so it's that, and then a little funky shape. Okay. Let me just try to commit this to visual memory here. That one. So L bow tie. I'm gonna call it a bow tie, why not? And N. L bow tie N. Alright. Let's see here. Hopefully we've got enough. If I could remember where I'm going. Alright, slow ourselves down a bit here. Okay. So we need to go... How do we draw that L? How do we draw an L like that? Do we have to do like that, maybe? Is that roughly equivalent? Because I know how to do this one. We just draw like that. And then this one like that. And then, is that right? I guess we'll find out. Here's the problem. I need to repair this warp core. How do I do, though? Okay. I would assume something to do with the black hole forge. but I'm not entirely certain. I'm also not sure what this whole thing is about here. Like, what is the point of this thing? Maybe that's something that also needs the warp core to power it. Well, I have a feeling we're not gonna have enough time to get out of here and get back to Brittle Hollow. If that's the right name of the place, I gotta remember. Where is that at? Hanging City here. Yep, Brittle Hollow, okay. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to get here. Might need a new warp core, yeah. Yeah, where does one just pick up a warp core though, is the question. Because I can't imagine they would just conveniently keep a spare on hand. I cannot imagine that would be the case. Let me just, while we're here, let me just do a brief little fly around. The game tells me, huh? I hear some music. I hear the music. Okay, three-side pillar that appears to need some sort of input device. See, did I draw the L wrong? Is that the problem? Because the L was kind of a weird shape, and not one that seemed easily replicable in a hexagonal grid. I don't know if that's just me. There we go, okay. I didn't try to put it back in. I figured there was one piece of things I was missing, so we'll read more specifically on that when we once we supernova here. Okay. I think that is kind of funny though, that it's like, for the game's purposes, like, having the busted warp core in your hand isn't enough to tell you, no, this warp core is not gonna work. No, you have to put it into its slot and then be like, huh, the vessel's not turning on. Weird. I guess this warp core is broken or something. I hear it. I hear it a coming. Oh, there it is. Whoa. Okay. So I know how to get there. I know how to get to the vessel now. Now we just have to play repair technician and get ourselves a replacement warp core. Also, that seemed like a really long flashback sequence. Does time move slower inside of Dark Bramble the same way as the Echoes of the Eye DLC seems to move time a little slower when you're in that simulation world? Huh. Okay, well, we're gonna need to go back there anyway. The vessel's warp core is long dead. Yeah. I figured that much. But here's the thing. The vessel's warp core is long dead. Do I need to just, like, go in, grab it, and take it with me somewhere. Cause, a Nomai named Poke successfully forged an advanced warp core for the Ash Twin project. Do I need to go back to the Black Hole Forge and reread some logs here? Plan to construct technology capable of producing a 22-minute negative time interval on Ash Twin. So I believe that correlates with the amount of time that we have left, the amount of time that each loop lasts for. That seems about right. An advanced warp core was approved for installation in the central chamber of Ash Twin. That central chamber is physically sealed off. So, at least at a glance, it looks like we would have to take the one that we can find on the vessel, bring that to the Black Hole Forge and reforge it? Because I don't exactly have directions on how to make a new warp core, a new advanced warp core. So that does still present a bit of a problem. But that would be my initial guess, is that I would have to, well, either I make a new one or I reforge the broken one. I know where the broken one is. We can grab it and try to bring it back out. The problem, well, let me think about this for a minute before I give a definitive answer, whether I need something or not. Okay, let me see. If we were to go on the route of reforging the old one, we would need to go back to the vessel, go grab the warp core. We have the tracking for the vessel now. Since we've been there, we can actually just use this marker to go there directly. We don't have to do the whole scout business. So that would be pretty handy. Okay, if we take that route, we go in, grab the advanced warp core, probably head to the Black Hole Forge and do something with that, is my guess. Because if we need to make a new advanced warp core, I don't know how to do that. And I don't think I've come across any specific directions saying like, oh yeah, here's how we made the advanced warp core, by the way. They're just like, I did it. I made an advanced warp core, and just never explained how they did it directly. So I suppose it would make the most sense to say like, okay, so you were asking if I wanted an answer. Here's what I'm gonna ask. For the sake of not going completely off, barking up the wrong tree entirely, do I need to figure out how to fix the old advanced warp core, or are we trying to figure out how to make a new one? Because that will change what our ultimate starting point will be. Because if I need to fix the old one, I'm gonna need to go grab it again, but with more time this time around, actually go get it. If I need to find a core, like make a new one, or I guess if you're saying find it, I don't know if that's specifically like what we need to do, like find it as in like generally just find one, make one, do whatever we need to do to obtain a new one. So we're not gonna try to fix the old one. So we're not gonna go back to the vessel until we have an advanced warp core then. Okay. I think that's enough information for me to at least be able to know generally where I need to start looking. I'm gonna go back to the Hanging City because I need to read up on the different information that's present there about the advanced warp core, because it does tie into the Ash Twin project. So, well, let me see, is there anything here? Ash Twin was proposed the location of the project. So here's the thing. The High Energy Lab is where they discovered the amplified effects of the warped objects appearing to arrive before they depart. So they concluded it required new technology to produce the necessary energy as well as an advanced warp core to handle those energies. So the energies were coming from, well, the energy was going to come from supernovaing, was like to making the sun go supernova. That's what the sun station was meant to do. I think that was what their source of power was going to be, was just the raw power of a sun going supernova. But ultimately that didn't pan out. But it does sound like they were successful in creating an advanced warp core because they put one in the central chamber of Ash Twin with an immensely thick protective shell. That makes me think that there wouldn't be a direct route physically, that we would have to find some sort of alternate way in if we were to grab this one specifically. But I think I need to go back to the Hanging City and read the logs about the advanced warp core again, because it's been a while since I've read those. So I think that would be a decent place for me to start my search here. There's that quantum moon just hanging out, being all taunting. Because the quantum moon knows. It knows that I don't know how to get there. So it's just gonna make itself visible at just about any interval it possibly can. Just to taunt me a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. So we need to go in here. I need to pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Don't go directly diving in, please, and thank you. Okay. Switch to landing cam so I can actually see what I'm doing here. And we'll just kind of nudge ourselves in here. And, yep, okay. Alright, so now I just need to recall where the Hanging City specifically is over here. I solved all the shards. I just don't understand it because I'm not big brain enough to understand the quantum rules properly. Because, like, I did solve all the shards. I just don't know how to tie it all together. I'm still missing some... I'm personally missing some fundamental information that will unlock my own understanding of how to actually get there. That's why I was on the vessel mystery first. So I was like, oh boy, I don't know how to get to the quantum moon, so I'm just gonna go on the only other route that I really have. That being the one where I go... yeah. I didn't know how to get to the quantum moon, so I went to Dark Bramble instead. Yeah, that was... You know I'm getting desperate when I am more prepared to go to Dark Bramble than the quantum moon. Like, ugh. Ash Twin Project requires a powerful, highly advanced warp core. How should we obtain it? Yeah, no one responded on that one specifically. I know there's scrolls around here. I do need to visit the Quantum Moon eventually, though. Like, I'll need to figure out how to actually get there. But let's see. New Advanced Warp Core. This is the one they went with. The Black Hole Forge crew and I can recreate the basic design. This is the safest path. The greatest challenge here is we don't have the design or any of the original crafters. Our Black Hole Forge is adept at crafting simpler cores. The vessel's warp core was created before my time, but Anona explained many of his designs to me, so we need to find more information from Poke specifically. Because Poke was the one who knew most of the most information about creating these cores. The vessel's warp core is broken at best. No guaranteed reward. Perhaps we could still repair it. Okay, so let me think about this. Were there more scrolls further down? I can't recall if there were. Because I know we had these. Can't remember if there's anything else here. I feel strange trying to recreate Anona's warp core without him. To have the chance to try is thrilling, but I don't want to disappoint everyone. Clary and Root in the Forge. So look out for any notes from Clary and Root as well. I only know what he taught me, but what did he teach you though? But please tell me with your words, what did he teacheth you? What is this sacred knowledge? I love how much they're hinting at, like, oh, I know how to make this thing, or at least I think I do. But no one's willing to actually be like, huh, here's what I think is the right idea. No, they all just keep it to themselves. Because why would anyone divulge their secrets? It's not like they know that there's a crisis that could be averted if their knowledge was shared. I want to get out of the water. It's loud. The waterfall is loud. Because going down there, I don't think... Here, let me cancel my jump out here. I just put myself down here for a minute. I know I've explored this place once. I need to go to photo mode so I can keep an eye out for all this ghost matter that's around. Cause yeah, I've only been here the one time. I do want to double check and see if there's any other information that I've just not looked at for a while that could be useful here. Anything up here? No. I see no information here. Yeah, ghost matter detected nearby down there. Yeah, so don't go down there. I think that one's obvious enough. There's nothing out that way. Let's head up here. I know, ghost matter. I am well aware. Okay. So we had a couple more scrolls up here. Let me remind myself of what these said. Explanation of festivals. All Nomai clans from all over the universe meet in one place to share what they've learned in science and art. It's called the festival. I don't think I saw this one. This doesn't feel familiar. Festivals happen every 10 years. We can't go because we're stuck here, but Felix says we used to go too. At some festivals, one clan's big discovery can mean all the Nomai get to advance too, like Anona's warp core, which made it so everyone can warp long distances and explore more. Each clan has a festival envoy to show their most interesting work. Our envoy was Thatch. A single festival could last a long, long time. Notice the writing, yeah. That writing is particularly... yeah, it's written by a child. Yeah, I noticed that. I remember seeing that same thing in the Sunless City when they're talking about, oh, let's go play anglerfish. And they're discussing like how to get into the anglerfish fossil cave. So yeah, this is children's writing. I remember that. Can't go because we're stuck here. Don't forget, festivals happen every 10 years. Single festival could last a long, long time. Okay. We do have this other scroll here as well. Formation of this universe. No one knows how this universe was made, but one thing we do know is everything used to be very hot and dense, tightly packed together. As this early universe expanded, it also cooled down. Once it had cooled down enough, particles were able to group together to form things like galaxies, stars, and planets. Since then, space has continued to expand at a faster and faster rate, which is hard to think about for too long without your brain hurting. Mood. This universe will keep getting colder and larger until one day the stars and the life they support will all die. That's scary to think about, even though Konoe tells me it won't happen in our lifetimes. But it'll happen in someone else's someday. That day is today. Today is the death of at least one solar system, if not more. Okay, so we had... what was warp core? So we know about the regular warp cores, and we know where to get regular warp cores from the high energy lab. The question is, we know of the existence of the advanced warp cores, but actually obtaining one that's not already broken, that is a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I had not seen that before. I hadn't found those scrolls when I was here the first time. So it is a good thing we came back here, because there was new information for me to find. Let's see. I need to go back down. Okay. So yeah, we can't go out there because there's ghost matter being rude and blocking the way. So let's go this way instead. There's nothing down there as far as I can tell. Nothing up here. Let's see, can't go that way. So we'll keep heading on over this way, because this way leads up to these. This is like the crossroads, isn't it? Or this connects. Well, no, this is where our ship is. Okay. Okay. So we've got the Black Hole Forge up there. Also got those buildings over there. Don't I don't recall if I've been over that way. It doesn't look familiar. Have I been over that way? Well, that wasn't exactly an answer, but okay, I appreciate the input nonetheless. Have I been over here? I think I have. Now that I'm looking at it again, I think, is this where the, yeah, this is where the temple is. I have been here. I don't think I'm gonna find the information I'm looking for here. Because I remember there being writing here where it's like, I remember when I was in the Sunless City, I was worried that the Eye of the Universe was potentially malicious and wanted us all to die. But now that I'm over here in the Hanging City, and now that I'm older, I don't think the Eye of the Universe has ill intent for us. Which, if the information seen in the Echoes of the Eye is to be believed, is not necessarily the case. So, boy, oh boy, wouldn't it be nice if they just were kind enough to leave leave like a little instruction manual for how to make the thing. Like, here's how you make an advanced warp core. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Okay, I need to go up, I need to go up, I need to go up, I need to go up. I would like to go up. Let me go up, please. Up would be great. Up would be fantastic, thank you. I'm just having to fight this a little bit. Question is... Oh, it does work on this. Nice. Okay. Ooh. The only problem is I have to flip my entire brain around to do this. Okay, just... Okay, I just want to lift myself off a little bit. Just want to get this into a position where I can actually feel comfortable leaving it parked. I guess I'll leave it parked here. Good enough. Because I do want to go check out the Black Hole Forge one last time while we're here, if there's anything in there. Two big question marks on the board, the answers might be there. Yeah, that's true too. That is true. There are some more question marks I could be, I could potentially find some new information for. But while I'm here, I'll just take another look at this place. Because, yeah, I see, like, these are, like, the regular warp core containers. This is about the alignment on the warp towers not having to be exact for them to be functional. And also that the warp pads are immediately functioning upon alignment. Okay. Hoke and Clary. Root went to deliver black hole cores to Ash Twin. Clary went with the white hole cores, went to all of the other celestial bodies because they're the receivers. Okay, so that's just saying there's that and the other thing. Okay, let me read this scroll again. Yara believes he spotted a flaw in the warp tower designs. One of the warp towers on Ash Twin will never activate because its warp receiver will never align overhead. Hourglass twins are so close together they form as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between them. That feels significant. I'm wondering if that's something I should be testing out. I feel like I should be testing where I get warped to when I warp to the Ash Twin and the Ember Twin. What happens? I forgot to check one more thing. There should be one of those, yeah, this little thing. Just make sure that this doesn't have any additional information in it that I'm overlooking. Just in case. Just in case. The advanced warp core is ready to be installed. No, it isn't. The core's durability could still be improved. That's just saying the warp core is ready. It's not saying anything beyond that. Let me look at the Ash Twin projection again. Because I can hear the sand moving. And we've got one mask with my memories, one mask with Gabbro's memories, and then one mask with all the information from the orbital probe cannon. All of the information from the probes that it launches out are getting stored in one of these masks. So, interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me go back to the ship now. Okay, so that's the only other thing that immediately kind of piques my interest is warping to using one of the Hourglass Twins warps to end up at a point centered between them. That feels significant. That feels like significant information. Especially since the ship log makes specific note of it. Let's see. Let me look at it again. Where am I looking? What am I looking for? Hold on. Warp towers. Ash Twin Towers. Ash Twin Tower designs. Alignment angle. Trying to remember where they had this specific piece of information located. I believe there was a specific spot where this information was noted, but I cannot remember exactly where. Diagram depicting the alignment angle between a warp tower and its corresponding astral body. The Hourglass Twins are so close together they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between them. Why would they make a note of this? so specifically. It feels a little too specific to just be like, oh yeah, here's why you teleport in between the Hourglass Twins rather than on one of them specifically for, you know, gameplay purposes. That feels like specific information. I think we might need to go back to Ash Twin and look around. It makes sense in hindsight, but no one can work this out. Yeah. This bothers me. The fact that the control module is a thing that still has a question mark. Nah, it bothers me enough that I'm gonna go this way. Okay. It's a good distance away, but I think we can get there. As long as I can just shimmy myself out of here. Okay, so we took a look at some of the logs and stuff back at the Hanging City. I think that was still good for me to do, just to reconfirm like who it is I'm looking for when it comes to like who would have the information about the advanced warp core. I need to go this way. Okay. I'm gonna match my trajectory here. I'm gonna lock to this real quick. Okay. Let me just match my trajectory to the orbital probe cannon here real quick. And let me try to close the distance. Okay. Bring me down a little bit further. Okay. There we go, we got our little gravity area. Alright. We're looking for the control module. For some reason, the control module's still a question mark. So let me see if I can figure out why it is. That's the tracking module, we know where that is. It's not here. Control module. Okay, that should be through here. So why is this still a question mark? This music feels exactly like Metroid Prime music. It's crazy. Okay, so why is this place still a question mark? Because I've been here. Yeah, that's them talking about launching the probes at maximum power. Yarrow says there's a problem with the proposed power source. Okay, okay. Let me pop up to the other side here. Let's see. So there's the cannon. That's the probe cannon. Oops. Didn't want to jump that high. 20 minutes, 21 seconds ago. Request to launch probe received from Ash Twin Project. Okay, so we're almost out of time on this loop then. Cannon aligned with a randomly selected probe trajectory. Gravity field activated. Okay, oh. Well, there you go. Now I have some information about the control module. Jeez. I'm guessing what happened was I explored this pretty early in my playing of this game, so I don't think I actually scanned these things while I was here. Again, launch log, launch request received, probe launch successful, receiving data, structure compromised, modules damaged. Here we go, we're getting some question marks filled out. Now, this is information we knew, but at least we're getting some question marks filled, because I am gonna try to get all the achievements too, just as an aside, so. I need to fill the ship log fully anyway. Severe structural stress detected. Oh, Twitch is running an ad soon. Great. Control module's intact. Launch module's viewport window's fractured. Probe tracking module went to Giant's Deep. Cool. Okay. I suppose it's a good thing the ad came up at the end of a loop rather than directly in the middle of one. But okay. Let me head back to the ship and make sure that was everything then. As the loop reaches a conclusion here. Yes. Yes, okay. Welcome back everyone from the ad break. I guess it's a good thing it happened toward the end of a loop, but hey, we got our question mark filled out for the control module, so that's pretty neat. You know what else is pretty neat? Supernovas. Supernova's pretty cool. Okay. So that's information that doesn't really change anything. We already knew that information, more or less. So that doesn't change anything of what we're doing right now, per se, but it would have helped earlier, I would think. But hey, clears out some more information from the ship log, so at least we know we don't have to find that information anymore. It's not just sitting out there. Okay. The only other question marks I have that aren't, you know, the big fat mystery of sort of the entire game is basically built on, this Ash Twin project. The only question marks that aren't about the Ash Twin project proper are about the Quantum Moon. So, here's the problem. I've gone to all the towers. I've gone to all where all the shards are. Doesn't say there's anything left to explore at any of them. But how do I get to the Quantum Moon? The north pole of Brittle Hollow is covered in snow and ice. There's a uniquely shaped Nomai ruin on the surface. What does that have to do with the Quantum Moon? Because the Quantum Shrine is relevant once we get on the Quantum Moon. Many Nomai went on a pilgrimage during which the Quantum Moon carried them to its 6th and most secret location. So here's the thing. I believe you're saying learn 3 quantum rules, one of them allows you to visit the moon. I would assume it's the one that actually was related to being taken along for a ride on a quantum object via quantum entanglement, I think is what they referred to it as. So basically I need to hitch a ride on something to get to the Quantum Moon. That's my understanding. I guess it has been a while since I've been to the Northern Glacier, so since it says there's some relevancy here between the two, I'm just gonna go for it. We're just gonna take some time to explore a little bit. Because since this is kind of like pointing us toward here, I just wanted to get out of the way of, in case the lantern was gonna move somewhere problematic. This particular place seems important. So I think I need to explore here a little bit more, because I have not been here for a long time. So I believe this is the warp point to get here from the Ash Twin Towers kind of area. It's my understanding anyway. I think that's where this is. While I'm here, I may as well read the scroll here. This is them talking about the white... Oh, this is where you come back from the White Hole Station. Right. Okay. Is there a handy dandy projection tablet nearby? I don't recall seeing one. At least not over here. Whoa. That got me. that one got me. Ooh. That was a meteor right next to me. Oh man, space is real quiet until it isn't. I'm sitting here lost in thought. All of a sudden, explosions. Explosions off the starboard bow. Yeesh. Phantom Moon. Phantom Moon. Okay. Moon isn't volcanic. Sometimes leaves Hall's lantern. Huh. Okay. So this little warp station over here, this is the return point from the White Hole Station. I remember that now. It has been a while since I've been there, but that does spark my memory. This is where you come back from the White Hole Station, where if you fall in the black hole in the Hanging City, you end up at the White Hole Station all the way out here, where the entirety of Brittle Hollow is, you know, gradually ending up piece by piece as it falls apart. So then they have like a little teleporter system set up to go from that station out there back to right here. And this is your arrival point right here. I believe that's correct. Yeah. I guess I can refill there. Feldspar spared jetpack fuel. Huh. It's annoying to schlep across the planet to the ship if I can't use my jetpack, so I'm leaving this here. I checked with my little scout. I do too use it, Hornfells, you burnt marshmallow. And the scout's integrity reading said this piece of Brittle Hollow is as stable as any, but who knows? If the fuel's still around, feel free to use it. If not, well, wherever you're reading this note, I'm sure you've got bigger problems. That's interesting. Yeah, I had not found those notes before. Yeah, Feldspar leaving a little gift for us. Or for whoever happens across it and needs fuel. We've got the ship right here, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, so here's the conundrum I'm faced with. What travels to the quantum moon? I can only think of one thing that has been specifically mentioned in the ship log as having been to the quantum moon. And that is Solanum's shuttle. She landed her shuttle at the quantum moon's south pole. But how did it get there, and how do we get there? Explore the sixth location. The shrine must be on the moon's north pole. That doesn't help me until I'm actually on the moon. Let's try a different question. Why can't you land on it? So to the best of my knowledge, as soon as I enter its atmosphere, I'm not able to see because of, we're gonna call it atmospheric interference. And I'm guessing during that period of not being able to see, it just goes somewhere else. Solanum's shuttle comes from, it's yet launched from a specific gravity cannon. I have a couple of theories. just kind of brewing right now. Where is the quantum moon right now? Where is its currently visible location? Not there. I can't see Giant's Deep very well because the sun is in the way. I can't see it from here. Aha! How convenient. I need to get closer again. I got pretty far away. Trying to look for it. That's gonna miss, I think. So let me think about this here. Let me match velocity real quick. Because if I send a scout to it, as soon as it gets in the atmosphere, it immediately just kind of gets swallowed up by static. Or it gets swallowed up and just produces a static feed with no sign of my scout's signal anywhere. As soon as I try to enter it, what happens if I don't look at it? What if I just don't look? Yeah, that's about what I figured. I'm surprised it stuck around. I would have thought it would just be at a completely different place. It would have moved on, but I guess it just switched positions. As soon as we try to enter its atmosphere, once we get into like the fuzziness of the atmosphere, it just kind of disappears from right underneath us. And I'm not entirely sure how to counteract that. So let me just look at this. As we enter the atmosphere, we go in, and it just vanishes. And now it's somewhere else. Over there by Timber Hearth, it looks like. I think that's it. Museum shard. Yeah, quantum moon, that matches up, so yeah. So let me think about this. So we have the museum shard, we have the grove shard, we have the quantum moon. We have the cave shard there. And then we have the tower shard. Over here. This one. I don't think I was meant to see that. Something tells me that was a little bit, like I wasn't meant to see that happen. I love that though. Just, oh. It slid out from right under me. Trees are moving. Trees move. The rock also moves. Causes other objects that are near it to exhibit quantum properties. Okay. Ooh, that's the thing I wanted to read right there. If you're preparing to make your first pilgrimage, send the steps to the entrance below. Now this is something that we can only reach from inside, I believe, right? This is not something we can actually reach from where we are right now. So it wants us to launch our pod in here. I think this is the thing where we have to wait until this particular part falls into the black hole and then we can explore it, because normally the walkway is completely busted here and we can't get up there. At least not normally. I'm gonna retrieve my scout here. Surface integrity is 4%. So I say we stick around and re-explore this, because I can't remember. If you're making your first pilgrimage, this would be the place to look for the information I need. So let me refresh myself. Because I feel like I kind of have to refresh myself on all the main game stuff that has been on the back burner for a while. Not only because it's been a while since I've been to these places, like here, but also because Echoes of the Eye kind of took up my full attention for, what was it, like 3 full sessions? And then a tiny bit of last week's session. So I think it's a good idea for me to get myself reacquainted with some of the information that I have not reviewed recently. Particularly in this kind of situation where it's like, hey, if you're making your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, which definitely applies to me, come over to this place and get your information here. There's knowledge within that will help you on your journey. I just have to wait until we're actually down from 2%. Whatever works for you. Yeah, I need to refresh on information. It's been too long since I've been to these places. I can't remember exactly what they what knowledge they were trying to impart here besides the quantum rules. 1% integrity. I just need one more little tap on the rock here, and we will be in business. Although I probably should head back to the ship and make sure I'm topped off on oxygen and fuel. Beforehand. I'll key informations are in the ship log. Yeah, I figured they would probably want to do that. Just keep the most important information on hand and ready to access and all that sort of stuff. I feel like I'm missing some of the context, though. I think the context is really what's boggling my mind here. It was a deeply significant journey. for the Nomai. It just says, remember this final rule to explore the 6th location. The shrine must be on the moon's north pole. The shrine must be on the moon's north pole. Yeah. I feel like that doesn't specifically help me right at this moment. Bonk. Bonk a bonk. A boom. No, I'm gonna stick to this thing like glue. Surface integrity is still 1%. I'm gonna knock it down myself. I'm gonna knock this tower into the black hole myself. Imagine if we could actually do damage to this just by ramming into it. Just jamming in there. Okay, surface integrity 0%. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Tower quantum knowledge, hello. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that did something. Cool. Cool. Let's repair that. All right. I haven't played Repair Simulator in a while either. You know, I don't really damage my ship very often. Usually it's like either the ship stays in totally fine condition or I just am like straight up insta-dead. It's usually no in between. It's like either I am completely alive or completely dead. Not often I actually enter a damaged state. But let's see. Because I want to make sure that my ship's not floating off too far away. I can take this off of here, I don't need that. I can't remember, what is this thing? Is this the White Hole Station? I think it is. Okay. Just couldn't remember what that was off the top of my head. Okay. Let's see here. Tower of a Quantum Knowledge. Just match velocity. And it'll pop out here. And I'll take a little bit of time to just look around and learn. Let's see here. We got a projection pool there. What else is around here? Got a scroll here. Allow me to remind myself of what this says here. If you're here to make your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, you are almost prepared to set out on this deeply significant journey. Before you do, pause and remember your history. We make this journey not only for ourselves, but also to honor the members of our clan who came before us. Okay. When you reach the Quantum Moon, recall these Nomai and carry their curiosity onward with you. Now, is that basically just saying, remember the rules that remember the lessons they learned with their own individual quantum shards on their respective planets? I think that's what that is. Complete your preparations. On your pilgrimage, the Quantum Moon will carry you to the moon's 6th and most secret location. Yeah, that's saying the shrine has to be on the moon's north pole, but that doesn't help me get to the moon, specifically. I know we're almost out of time on this loop. So this is telling me where it is at any particular given moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically the 6th and most secret location is implied to be the Eye of the Universe, according to that symbol. Okay. What else has relevancy to the Quantum Moon here? Solanum's shuttle. Now I remember exploring the shuttle and not really finding any more specific information there either. I gotta say, this one's a real stumper. It's a real thanky thunker. Trying to think, like, what piece of logic am I missing here? Because I've got the information from the 3 separate quantum shards, but how they all tie together into one solid piece of coherent information that leads me to forward progress, that still vastly eludes me. This tower held knowledge of my observing a quantum object, observing an image of a quantum object. These are the same. The rule of quantum imaging. And then there's the rock shard in the quantum grove. And then the lake bed cave. This one seemed the most directly relevant to what we're trying to do. To travel with a quantum object, I must stand on the object and cease to observe my surroundings, meaning I must be in complete darkness. The entanglement seems like the key here, because it's the only one that has moved us specifically, instead of us trying to hold something in place. We basically embrace the chaos, more or less. The only piece I'm missing here, in my mind, is where do we use this information in relation to specifically the quantum moon? Because I rode this shard around and got to the one cave that has no openings or anything. So I've been there. But I'm trying to think what would be tied to the quantum moon specifically. Because they built a shrine on the quantum moon. But they built that shrine on the moon. I don't know where else that shrine would be. The only other thing that I know of that's been to the moon is this shuttle. Yeah, this one, I'm surprised it took this long, but this game has finally officially stymied me entirely. Like, I don't really even have an idea of where to go with this. Like, with all the other stuff, there was usually at least something where it's like, maybe there's a little bit more of like, I could try this and see how this works out. We can go solve a different mystery entirely and come back to this one. Maybe we'll learn something along the way that kind of helps us over here. This one, I've got nothing. Like, conceptually, I generally understand that we've learned all of this information. You'll facepalm when you get it. Oh, of course I will. You know what? Maybe I'll just do something then. I've got two theories. They're very closely related. And if either of them works, it's gonna be interesting. In a certain way, I suppose. But you know what? Why not? I'll just try it. Solution is simple. Yeah, I'm just gonna try a simple theory then. Shouldn't take very long. Don't overthink this game. We're not playing Portal then. We're not playing a game where you really like gotta overthink it to. Like, are you really playing the game if you're not overthinking it? That's Timber Hearth. That's great fun and all. What am I looking for over here? Shove this in here. Plop down. Actually, think... Oh, can I... I don't think I can do this from here, can I? No. I need to use the shuttle then. Okay. I do have a theory I want to try out, though. Just something simple, straightforward. Who knows if it's even going to do anything valuable or if we're just going to go for a bit of a ride. But it's a simple theory, so it's a simple test. Shuttle is currently resting at the Quantum Moon. Activate the gravity cannon or call the shuttle home. Activate the gravity cannon, do it. Vroom. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know it stayed activated. You just leave it on, I guess. It's kind of fun. Alright, well... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it just kind of... It does exactly what you would think a gravity cannon would do. It just pushes you up. Because my problem is I can't really use my ship. Because if I do that, I can't really activate the gravity cannon from inside of my ship, so I have to come out here to do it. But if I do that, then I'm just sending an unmanned ship directly into outer space. And I can't imagine that would end well. So let's recall the shuttle. Excuse me. Just passing through. Try not to use too much of my fuel here. Just in case. Alright, and then the floor is facing this way. Do we have anything in the way? No? Okay. Let's see, which one of these launches me again? I can't remember. It's this one. Whee! Goodbye, Brittle Rock. Brittle Hollow. Goodbye. It's actually kind of chill in here. I've never even really like stuck around in here. Just kind of like hanging out in the shuttle. Actually kind of nice. Very peaceful. And you get a great view of all the celestial bodies out there. Dark Bramble all alone out there. As well it should be, I suppose. It doesn't really treat other planets very nicely. Now one of these recalls the ship. I can't remember which one that is. Kinda just want to see what happens if I ride this for a while, because I haven't done that before. Will we come back? Does it return trip? Or are we just spinning now? Oh, this is actually kind of fun. I like it in here. Very serene here. Especially with like the hum of the technology too. It's actually pretty nice. Yeah, we're just out here, we're vibing. I think we're out of alignment with the celestial bodies at this point. Yeah, we're still going further away from them. Not very quickly, but we're still going away from them. That was kind of fun. Now, this is the recall. Okay. So now my question is, we know that's the recall. What the heck does this do? There's like a third button here, but I have no clue what that actually does. Not a single idea of what that does. We're kind of spinning a bit this time. Yeah, I do not remember, or I don't think I've ever known what this does. Like, I've tried doing that before and it just doesn't. It doesn't do anything that I've noticed, anyway. It just seems to be a button. Doesn't do anything specific. At least nothing obvious. Which is kind of interesting. Oh. Maybe that's what it does. Does it do anything with this? No? No, it's just because I was still under it. Huh. Well, what the heck does this button do? Is this the blow up the ship button? Because it doesn't seem to be working. Huh. And then of course the recording here is just like, I'm here on the quantum moon. Wow. And it's like, great. You want to share with the class how you did that? So that I know how to do it too? I want to be one of the cool kids who's been to the quantum moon. How many people can say they've been to the quantum moon? Well, what other information? Something quantum shrine. To explore the 6th location, the shrine must be on the moon. The cool kid would pay attention at school. Oh, would they now? Oh, would they now? Oh, man. Man, I think I must have fallen asleep in class, because I missed something important. Oh, man. I have another theory. I have no idea if the component to test the theory is still here. Hello, Quantum Moon. Don't toy with me. I read the information not long ago, but it didn't click. Yeah, that's the problem I'm having. It's not a lack of information, it's a lack of my own personal understanding of the information. And I think well, no, it's still here. It's still here. I want to check something real quick. What is the surface integrity right now? 2%. I have only one more theory. Perhaps it is even a small portion of the moon itself. I only have one more theory right at this particular moment. I need to leave that there. Surface integrity of 2%. Okay. I have a theory. Now you might already be able to tell what my theory is that I'm going to try here. If this theory doesn't work out, I'm going to have to hit the books again, because if it hasn't been too long since I read the information that was relevant to the situation, then I think I need to take a closer look at some of my notes here, because if it's something simple and I'm just overlooking it, I think I need to just look at it again and try to just reframe my mind. But first, theory testing. I need the surface integrity to go down again. Well, that'll help. That was directly to my left. Fun times. I wonder where that quantum moon is right now. That's probably somewhere. I think I saw it over there by Dark Bramble for a split second before I immediately turned away from it, lost it in my peripheral vision. Oh, meteor. Oh, meteor. Oh, come here. I'll take a while. What's in my next game on radar? That is an excellent question. I haven't really thought about what games specifically I would want to tackle after this. I mean, I have a couple of options, but I haven't settled on anything specific yet, especially because I have no idea how much longer this game is gonna go for, considering how much I've slowed down just at this particular point of the game. But I don't have anything set in stone yet in terms of what the next game would be. But I've always got something I can pop on, even if it's not like a long running game per se. We can always do some shorter stuff. I don't think that would be too big of a problem because I don't think I have anything really long term prepared. Anything that I would consider to... Yeah. Okay, so that's one potential piece of the theory there. Tested, I suppose. Now... Oh, this boy has had some troubles. I mean, I can still navigate him, but... it's not looking great. Now, where's that piece that we were just standing on? Over there? Say 1 to 2 more sessions. That does sound like it's coming up sort of soon then. I'll be back later. All right, no worries. I'll be here. That's for sure. I have to fix artificial gravity up. Anything else I can fix from the inside? I think we're all good there. Okay, I need to repair this. Why is there a tree in my ship? Just a little bit. Let's see. Where is that? So yeah. Problem. Here's the shard. Problem is, it's too bright. I can't really like be in contact with it, and I'm not able to actually, you know, quote unquote entangle with it or something. Alright, back to the drawing board then. Reading time. I'm missing some information here. Nomai built a shrine on the Quantum Moon to aid in the pilgrimage to its 6th location. Remember this final rule: to explore the 6th location, the shrine must be on the moon's north pole. Nomai built a shrine on the Quantum Moon. Shrine on the Quantum Moon must be on the moon's north pole. No way we're able to warp here from the White Hole Station. Boy, it is... If the solution is as simple as it has been implied to be, then, oh boy, am I having the biggest mental block of all time, because, wow, I cannot even begin to fathom what it is specifically that I'm missing. Because for some reason, whatever it is just not clicking in my brain as an obvious thing. I don't know what it is. That's troubling, because this is basically the only other thing I really have to do. I just have absolutely no clue. I'll go this way, Brittle Hollow, here I come again. I guess. Nope, Supernova. Well, since we're out of time anyway, on this loop, we'll just do a sun reset real quick. Okay, brain. What am I missing? What is the simple thing that my brain is like, no, it's complicated, but it's actually simple? Well, can't say that I have any idea. But Twitch is about to run an ad, so we'll let it do that real quick. Love our ad breaks, I guess. What to do, what to do. Need to get back up to the ship. I need to think about this in simpler terms, because apparently I am overthinking it, which doesn't surprise me. This seems like a game prone to overthinking. Okay, let's just take everything at face value. Don't think beyond the words. Just read the words and what they say. Okay, the gravity cannon generates a strong upward gravity field. That is where we have, that's where we can recall the shuttle that landed on the quantum moon. Landed her shuttle at the quantum moon's south pole. I didn't see anything inside that would specifically lead to the quantum moon in any specific regard. Because the recording that's in there is from when she's already landed on the moon, so that doesn't help me get there. Remember your history, where you came from. To explore the 6th location, the shrine must be on the moon's north pole. They built a shrine on the quantum moon to aid in the pilgrimage. That's on the moon, not before the moon. Many Nomai went on a pilgrimage during which the quantum moon carried them to its 6th and most secret location. Again, only helps us once we're actually on the moon. So, all this information, not really directly helpful per se. Let's see. Observing a quantum object, observing an image of a quantum object. These are the same. I feel like the Quantum Grove is the least concrete of all of the all of the shards in terms of the information that it provides. Doesn't seem to really help me too much, per se. This one was the most directly interesting, I guess. To travel with a quantum object, I must stand on the object and cease to observe my surroundings. That's the thing, I don't know of any places where we can achieve that total darkness. I honestly... No way we're able to warp here from the White Hole Station. This northern glacier is somehow tied to the quantum moon. That's the only other lead I can really think of, is just... It seems like... On its own, it seems like kind of a non sequitur to be tied in to the same informational zone as the quantum moon. Because Northern Glacier directly links to the quantum moon question mark. So I feel like there's got to be some level of relevancy to that. That's the thing I'm not entirely sure about is... So yeah, like we're here. We have this shrine building kind of area. Is the quantum moon right now? Don't know. I don't know where it is right now. Oh, there it is. Look. Hello, quantum moon. How you doing there, pal? Boy, it would be great if I could actually catch a ride with you. Oh, wouldn't that be great? If I could like actually get to you and like be on the surface and exploring you, that'd be great. Pretty cool. Wouldn't that be pretty neat? If I could just like... If I could just like get on your surface? Wouldn't that be pretty crazy? Especially since you're so like tantalizingly close. I'm just gonna follow it for a while, see where it goes. I think it's just orbiting, right? It's not really doing anything specific. There's the observatory. I don't know if it'd be worth me visiting the observatory again. Like, supposedly we have all the information that we need. Suppose we should start heading back toward the ship. Well, that was a little fun orbital trip, I guess. Just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Whooshy, whooshy. I don't know. I don't know where to go with this. I am completely stumped, and man, I just don't know what it is that I'm missing here. Apparently it's a relatively recent piece of information that I'm just overthinking. But what on earth could it possibly be? I just have no idea. My brain is just straight broken. I'm trying to think of what it could be. What am I missing? What am I missing? Just not quite sure I understand. And the other tough thing too is I don't know which piece of information it is that I'm overthinking. Because that's its own separate problem. Of like, yeah, I'm overthinking something. But what piece of things am I thinking too hard about? See the quantum moon over at Dark Bramble. Get out of there. I need to head back this way though. I'm trying to see if I can get the quantum moon to be over here again. Okay, I need to get out of the way of this. Out of the way of the lantern. What am I missing? What part of my logic is flawed here? Well, there it is once again. Quantum Moon. Problem is, if I enter it, it just vanishes before I get in. Before I can get onto the surface of it. Such a bummer. There it is, just gone. Vanished. It's just somewhere else now. Oh, it's over there now. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this thing. I'm completely stumped. I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't think my brain is... Something in my brain is just like stuck on some little hitch in the information, or my understanding of it rather, and it just, my brain can't quite get past whatever it is that's keeping me stuck. Scout doesn't give me anything. I know the Quantum Moon is right there. Oh boy, is it ever. Is it ever right there? Nope. It's gone just as soon as you can even blink. There's the Quantum Moon over there. Fun stuff. I have no idea. Don't know. Yeah, the other unfortunate thing is that I don't even have quite as long as I usually would to explore, because I've got other places to be today. So I can't stick around until my usual 4 o'clock and possibly beyond. I'm gonna have to get going actually pretty soon here, so that I can get everything wrapped up here before I have to get going. So I suppose for now the Quantum Moon just remains an unsolved mystery. And unfortunately, I don't feel like I'm any closer to solving it than I was last time. But hey, at least we found the vessel and the destroyed advanced warp core. So we got something figured out today. Still stuck on the Quantum Moon stuff though. And supposedly it's something pretty simple that I'm just overthinking, but I can't even begin to imagine like which piece of things which piece of things to really kind of narrow it down to. But yeah, I don't really think there's much else I can do at this particular moment in time, because I'm out of ideas of what to do, because having the information is one thing, but actually having it like click in my brain, that's an entirely different problem in and of itself. Because I have the information. I just don't know how I'm supposed to implement it at this point. Supposedly it's a fairly simple solution, but I can't think of what it would be. So without a clear idea, I don't really think there's much else I can do at this point. So yeah, at least today wasn't completely fruitless or anything. We did find the vessel. We went to Dark Bramble, we found the vessel, we know about the advanced warp core, all that sort of stuff. So we have some more information at least, and some new things to try to figure out sometime. But I'm stuck on that because I don't know how to make an advanced warp core or where to get one directly. So that's a dead end right now. And the quantum moon thing is just a mental block. I have the information, I just don't know how to use it. So we got something done today. And yeah, honestly, I think I'd prefer the anglerfish over continuing to be stymied by the quantum moon mystery, whatever is going on here. I can't seem to quite figure it out. Whatever's going on, it's just not sitting right in my brain. Like, the information's there, my mind just can't figure out how it's supposed to get put together. So since my brain is having trouble kind of like unsticking itself and all that sort of stuff, and I need to get going anyway to get ready to head out, I think this will be where we call today's stream. So, bit of a shorter one, but we got some things done, and I'm gonna have to look over my notes again once my brain is in a different frame of mind, because whatever state of mind I'm in right now, my brain is having trouble putting these pieces together the right way. So I'll have to put myself in a different state of mind and look over the quantum moon stuff again and see if I can figure something out before next week. And if not, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because something tells me if I'm this stumped right now, I don't have the highest hopes that I'm going to be able to figure out what my brain is stuck on with just my own brain, my notes, and whatever mental block is keeping me from putting the two together. Because, oh my gosh, my brain. Oh, Oscar Varium, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying watching me lose my mind just a little bit over this quantum moon situation. Now, this is the first time that I've really felt completely mind boggled by this game, and it's not even supposedly it's something that's not even supposed to be mind boggling. Like, it has a simple solution and I'm just overlooking it. Just perusing a little Outer Wilds content. Well, welcome on in. I'm sure you got this. Oh, I appreciate the confidence. I wish my brain felt the same way about itself right now because, oh boy. So, in case you don't know what it is specifically I'm stuck on, basically, Quantum Moon. I've been to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. I guess I should say, how much do you know about the game? Have you gone through and beaten it? Because I shouldn't just assume that anyone watching already knows what's going on. Just been lurking as you puzzle over the moon. Yeah, okay, so that's basically what I'm stuck on. We started out going through Dark Bramble, getting to the vessel and all that. That took me a couple of tries, but overall not too crazy difficult. Thankfully, I had a little bit of a guiding nudge at the end of the last stream to give me an idea of how to navigate through, so that worked out pretty well. But now we're on Quantum Moon Mysteries. And I've been told that the solution is fairly simple, but my brain is stuck in a state of just not being able to figure out where the solution is amidst all of the quantum information. Something isn't clicking in my brain, and I don't know if it's better or worse that it's something simple, because if it's something simple, then maybe some train of thought that I come across in the next week or so will kind of like randomly piece it together. On the other hand, if it is really that simple of a solution, I think this is one of those moments that I don't remember if I had any moments like this while I was playing Portal for the first time, but I know I've heard a lot of other people have had moments where it's like you play Portal and you're just in that thinking mode and you're trying to figure out solutions to like the different chambers and like how to get through them, and you're just trying to make this one thing work that it just seems like, you know, you're dealing with portals, like the solution's gonna be something where you have to use the portals in some wacky way that you wouldn't normally think of, but it ends up just being a really simple, straightforward placement, and whatever you were trying to do was way more difficult than the actual, you know, intended solution. Like, your way may work, it just is harder to execute than whatever the developers had intended as a solution, as a primary solution. So yeah, this is my moment of that overthinking brain. I think the problem is in the material itself. I feel like our general perception, or the general perception of, you know, quantum mechanics, I feel like we just kind of automatically have it up on a pedestal where it's like, oh, quantum mechanics, this must be some really advanced knowledge. But yeah, everything is impossibly complicated before you realize what the solution is. That too, because I don't know what piece of information I'm overthinking specifically, it's hard for me to kind of like de-escalate my overthinking. So I'm gonna have to just look through the information that I have and just try to dumb everything down as much as I can and see if anything makes more sense after I've kind of stripped away all of the high level processing and just go with, what are they telling me? Not not going to like, what do I think they're telling me? What pieces do I think need to go together? Just, what are they telling me? Just trying to simplify it that way. That's about the best chance I've got at this point, because other than that, I don't have any specific ideas regarding this whole quantum moon situation. So I think I just have to think it out in a less thinky way. Kind of a difficult concept in itself. But I've got a week to suss it out. Cause I've been doing Outer Wilds every Saturday. So I do feel a little reticent about playing this game in between streams, just in case I do happen to accidentally stumble across new information or have that revelation moment right then and there. I'd like to try to save that for the stream. I will probably need to look over at least my ship logs again, though. But yeah, if I haven't figured it out by next week, if I don't have my own like notes-based revelation, then I probably will go back to, you know, the different shards and things like that. Because I did go back down to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge, because I do feel like, because we have the information, and having the information is not the problem, I think what I'm missing is the context. So I started trying to recontextualize the information. So I did go back to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge and look through there again. So it may be worth me going back to the other shard locations just to recall some things. I was recently at the cave shard, though, where I learned about the whole quantum entanglement concept. So that's still pretty fresh, and that one's pretty... That one makes its importance pretty obvious. Like being able to physically hitchhike on quantum objects, that seems pretty directly important in a certain way. It's the other ones that feel a little more esoteric in their teachings. So those I might have to go back to. But I appreciate that you have confidence in my ability to figure it out, because that makes one of us. I mean, given enough time, I'd probably figure it out, but the thing is, I don't want it to drag on for too long unnecessarily as well. Because it's one thing if I'm just like on my own puzzling it out and doing that sort of stuff, but I don't want to go through, you know, multiple weeks, multiple sessions of not doing something tangibly progression based. Because then it starts to feel like I'm just kind of piddling around and not really getting much accomplished. And that's not a fun feeling for me. I like to be able to feel like I'm at least getting something done. So I am glad that we were able to find the vessel today, because that at least meant that we got something accomplished on this stream, other than just me being once again confused by the quantum moon. But before I forget, I want to pop that out here. This game is all about leveling up your knowledge. Sometimes no progress is still progress. That's the thing, though. We have the knowledge, but my brain just doesn't have the knowledge in the right place yet. It's not really locked in a way that my brain is like, oh, this is what we need to do. This is like something we can try. My brain is still like, quantum mechanics, that's complicated. So I think I just need to like step away from the game for a little bit and then try to reapproach it in a different mindset somehow. You're figuring out what doesn't work, right? Yeah, we figured out some things that don't work. So the direct approach definitely does not work. Just trying to fly directly to the quantum moon does not work. I can say that much. It's not a failure. It's just not. It's just a contextual success. The context being, we have successfully disproven one method of approach. So yeah, I think I just need to bust out like I think I just need to start like specifically pulling this mystery apart and just taking individual pieces of just going through like, okay, what have I tried? What didn't work? Why didn't it work? And what would be, you know, like the foil approach? What would be, so if this didn't work, what's kind of like the opposite concept? And could we try something along those lines? Just try to do a back and forth comparison, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think this is something that just is going to take a little bit of time. Because it's either time or guidance. And I've got time. And I don't want to rely too much on guidance because this game is about discovery. So there have been a couple of moments where guidance has been very much appreciated. Like, Ainrot here, welcome back, by the way, has been kind enough to give me some gentle nudges in the right direction when I've needed them. Like, the Echoes of the Eye DLC, they actually let me know, without spoiling anything, like, when to stop doing DLC stuff, go back to the main game. Like, that I appreciate. Because the DLC stuff is like, I don't know where it ends. So coming back to that later, that'll be even better once I've gone through the main game. But still gotta figure out the whole Quantum Moon thing next time, because unfortunately I do have to get going here. But I appreciate you all coming in and hanging out and watching me lose my mind over this Quantum Moon thing again. I feel like that's gonna become a running theme at this rate. Because I was doing that a little bit last stream as well. It's part of why I started looking for the vessel in the first place, is because it was either that or get to the Quantum Moon, and I could not figure out the Quantum Moon stuff. But we found the vessel, so now it's basically just the Quantum Moon, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out next time. Quantum rules are the key. Yeah. I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to review all the information and just try to change my frame of mind, but I'll see if I can have it figured out by next week. If not, then I guess I'll try to at least figure out some ideas that we can test out, and revisiting some of those quantum shard locations I think would also help in my efforts to recontextualize the information that we've received about all the quantum rules and all that, because I feel like I'm a little too far separated from when I first learned these quantum rules. A good chance we're finishing the game next time? You think so? Well, I guess it'll depend on how quickly I figure out the Quantum Moon stuff then, because that seems like my main sticking point right now. So we'll see how that ends up by next week then. I've got my homework ahead of me, but I think this will be like the first real thinker of a problem that I've had to work with in this game. For the most part, all the rest of the stuff have all the rest of the stuff in this game hasn't really been too crazy. Like, I've gotten most of the rest of it just with a little bit of exploration and some cross-reference learning from other mysteries getting solved. I learned some things in the process and can bring that back. This one, though, I think this one I'm just gonna have to let it stew for a bit. But hey, we found the vessel. We got something done today. And I have something specific to focus on and try to figure out, so we'll see how that goes. And I may or may not post some general updates about it. Non-spoilery, of course, because I don't want to spoil anybody who's not, you know, actively watching the stream and kind of like consenting to the experience of the game through their own lens, you know. I don't want to spoil the game for anyone who has not played the game. So I try to make sure that I warn people about that whenever it seems necessary to do so. Like whenever I put these VODs up on YouTube, I always start the video with a warning, like, if you have any interest in this game, play it for yourself first. Don't watch me play it first. So I do appreciate that people have done that up to the point that I actually decided to play it for myself as well. And you guys have been really cool about it too. I appreciate that, like, you all know the game well enough to provide some gentle nudges in the right direction whenever I really need them, and we don't really spoil anything. Like, that's pretty impressive. Because now that I know, like, when I see people play games that I know, it gets hard for me sometimes to not be like, go this way, do the thing over here, you're gonna miss it. But yeah, the vessel has been a long-standing mystery, so it does feel good to have that kind of, you know, figured out for the most part. It's just a matter of last little couple of pieces for that. But in any case, I've been lingering around for long enough. I am gonna get going here, so Oscar, if I may call you Oscar, I've been doing these streams. I usually start at noon Central Time on Saturday. So that's when I've been doing these streams. I start that, and I usually have 4 o'clock as my tentative, you know, end time. But with this game, I've just been kind of letting it go longer usually. The only reason I'm not going to 4 o'clock today is because I have to go somewhere sooner than that, so I need to hop off and get ready for that. But the reason I say that is because I also, if I have to do anything, any changes with the stream or any notifications, anything like that, I always put that up on Twitter. I'm pretty good about putting up, you know, if I need to cancel a stream or change the time or things, or, and I think this will be relevant because you say you can't do most Saturdays, I do also put the VODs of these up on YouTube. So if you want to keep up that way, I do put all of the VODs of my streams up on YouTube, pretty minorly edited. I don't do a whole lot of like condensing the streams. I just kind of have them up there as an archive. I do a little bit of light editing here and there to try to take out some moments where I'm like, if I have any break times or anything, get rid of the time at the start where I'm just setting things up, that sort of thing. But I always put that stuff up on YouTube. It's usually out in the first day or two after a stream, unless the video needs, you know, more concentrated editing, in which case it could take a little bit longer. But I usually have it out in a day or two the stream being done. So if you miss anything, or if you want to catch up on the other stuff that I've done, I do put it up on YouTube, and then when it does go up, I also tweet it out. So Twitter is definitely the place for anything notification related. I do try to keep people up to date on there. So with all that being said, that is where we're going to call it for today. Outer Wilds, you tricky son of a gun. I am going to figure out how this quantum moon thing works. Come hell or high water, I'm going to figure it out. If I don't figure it out by next week, we're gonna re-explore the information that we do have and just try to piece it together that way. But we will figure it out one way or another. So thank you all for being here and hanging out. Appreciate you all for joining in and being a part of this journey, because what a journey it has been. I love this game. This game has been a wild ride from start to finish, or almost finish rather. We're not done with it yet, but oh man, it's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it when we're done, because then I'm gonna know everything, and it's gonna be like I can't re-experience it for the first time. But I'm glad I've been able to give that experience to other people. Like, for you guys to be able to actually see someone new to the game again. Because I don't know how many people really do that now. I can't imagine that with how long the game has been out, that many people have blind playthroughs of this game anymore. So I'm glad I've been able to provide that vicarious experience as well. Exactly. Yeah. Then I'm gonna have to do the same thing and watch other people play for the first time, and I'm gonna re-experience it that way. I don't have a problem with it. This game is great. And you know, there is a certain kind of like impish delight, I suppose would be one way to put it. An impish delight of watching people kind of like dance around the truth. Because like once you know in this game, once you know, you know. So then it becomes like, oh, they're so close to this little thing, but oh, I can't say anything. Oh, we'll see if they find it. There's a certain fun in that too, I can imagine. I've had that experience a few times with other games, but yeah, I'm glad I've been able to provide that experience for you guys for sure, because I don't know how often that experience comes by for a game this old. Because man, this game's been out for a while. I had heard of it a long time ago and just never thought to play it, I guess. But I'm glad I'm playing it now. But anyway, I've been talking too long. I do have to get going. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all for joining in. And I look forward to sussing out this mystery of the quantum moon and all this quantum mechanics. But until the next stream, take care, everyone.